United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call to order the meeting of the Roanoke Town Council. July 1st, 2025 Town Council meeting minutes. Does anyone have any questions or changes for Sarah?
I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? August 4th, 2025 executive session meeting minutes.
I make a motion to accept the August 4th, 2025 executive session meeting minutes as written.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? DLZ?
Yes, I have three action items here for council to consider. There is a packet here that I passed out, page numbers on the top right. The first action item is regarding Lagoon. If you recall, in May, you took bids. There was a decision to pursue an extension of your lagoon closure. We had discussions with IDEM in June. They're aware of that. I told them we would be getting them the letter later this summer and fall. What you have in front of you is a draft of that letter that you reviewed, modified, added to as needed. But basically what we're doing there is adding 1 year to it till December of 2026. The key part about that is I noted that basically the funding extent is in excess of what you have for the band. The other important part of that is that letting IDEM know that you'll be including that in your final closing with SRF, which means we need to bid it within 90 days of that closing early next year so you can close in the spring. So that is an action item. I know we discussed this a couple meetings ago, but that's a letter we'd ask council to consider to have Andy sign, and then we can send that to the IDEM project manager, and then we can work on rescoping that and bidding that in probably early 2026, but of course we'll work on it through the fall. The other two action items are two pay applications. These are for the pump station project. As an update on the pump station project, that's API Construction. They need to be done by the end of the year. Basically, they got a lot of the structures and the pipe work done. They're waiting for the control panels stuff to come in this fall, and then they'll remow later this fall. With that being said, sheet number 2 is pay application number 3 for $282,397. And then if you go to sheet number 4 and 5, it's pay application number 4 for $547,255.13. And then of course this comes out of your current bond anticipation note. So those are the three action items. I think the first one would be approval to have the council president sign and have DLZ send the extension letter in, and then consideration for those two pay applications. And then I'll answer any questions that the council may have.
Any questions or concerns? I will make a motion to move forward with this extension letter. I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? And then I am going to make a motion to pay ATI pay app number 3 and pay app number 4 as presented. I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Thank you.
All right, Clemson County Surveyor here.
Good evening. Good evening. Mr. Humphreys about the pedestrian crossings in the park. The drainage board had originally approved for wooden structures, and then they got changed to steel structures, with the understanding that the middle one was going to be removed after the new ones got installed. And as you can see by the elevations, and that is to the flow line to the bottom of each one of the structures. That one in the middle is 2 foot lower than the one to the west. and 1.5 lower than one going to the south. And apparently there was some question on why that one was supposed to be removed, so that's why. And so it was taken to drainage board, and they said that they would allow it to stay if it was raised 1.5 feet. So either it would need to be removed or raised 1.5 feet. And I'm assuming that Mr. Hartford is the attorney for you guys. He called and asked for the meeting in which we supplied that to him on the, I believe it was October the 4th of 2018, where the discussion was that it was going to be removed. And I've got that with me if you guys want to hear it, if nobody's heard it. I've got it on the DVD or on the jump drive, if you have any way to play it, or if you want to listen to it.
So basically, the attorney's reviewing it and reviewing the minutes where there's no mention, so we'll take it under advisement
Where there was no mention.
of removal of a bridge
And
or anyone taking responsibility for that. So for us at this time, we'll take the conversation under advisement and consult with the attorney, but from town council's point of view, from meeting minutes and documentation, there's been no documentation of the town agreeing to remove any.
okay. And the drainage board still has the jurisdiction of it. So just as long as we're all clear on it.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions?
He says it's a partial transcript today, but we haven't heard it all or seen it all yet, so I think that's the part that we got. It doesn't say Phil or Jay's, but you assume that's who the two people are that are talking, but the only mention was a motion was made to put in the two new bridges. And Phil said something about raising them a little bit in that transcript, but no mention in that section that we got was said anything about.
And that's the first, there was 3 different
Okay,
meetings.
so we haven't got to that.
And the third one, like I said, which was the October the 4th of 18 was the one where it was talked about the removal of the middle one. So, because there was 3 different, June 1st of 17 was the first discussion of it. And December 21st of 17, and then October the 4th of 18.
If you have a flash drive you can leave, that would be great.
I can give you, the flash drive you can't have, but the DVD can have.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I think I still have one of those.
Are you sure?
Thank you.
Yeah, please go to the antique store and get where it is on each one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. There any other questions?
No, we just will continue to have our attorney review the transcript and we'll get that with you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, citizens comments?
You know, I got a call for you.
3 minutes, Rick. 3 minutes, Rick. And the time starts now whether you're talking or not.
Good luck with that 3 minutes.
We can go Saturday, several weeks. On a Saturday night, 2 o'clock in the morning. Have a water meter box in the basement. The biggest problem with that is that's municipal equipment, so only does that. We have to get a hold of somebody in town. There's absolutely no information on anybody anywhere in this town that you can get in touch with and say, hey, we got a problem. That meter was put in like, oh gosh, no, not all, but yes. Anyway, so, but we were running around trying to figure out inventing, like, who in the world are you gonna call? You gotta find a call. Early says, call Cheryl. We call I'm all, there's no reference at all to after hours emergencies. You can leave a message with Erin or whatever. But that wouldn't happen until Monday when you come in.
I want
So,
to, but
this
that's
is-
what, Monday,
This is at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
So what we're wondering is, wouldn't it be good for somebody to look into putting some kind of emergency message onto,
You'd have to qualify it so much, so it had to be.
So if-
municipal, but-
yeah, if you were in our position, who would you call?
Which call? You got that?
That's a question. Who would you call?
Well, all of our numbers are on the town page. If I was you, I would call me. And I have your number, right? It's on the town road, it's on the.
Why would we be calling you for our emergency?
It's the code that's false.
That's what we're responsible for. Part of it.
How about if you put something on
You get all from
the site?
It says,
Part of your phone message that says, if after our emergency, call blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
you just volunteered,
As-
Brian.
as it
You're,
is,
you're officially the emergency call.
as it is, we call this.
Should get the sheriff.
So I got, 911, that doesn't seem like a good option.
Should give it. And I got this gal, nice gal with a dimple in her voice, and she listened, very nice. So I'll take care of it. That was the end of it. And within an hour, I had Jason tapping on my front door with a new meter and all of the equipment. And I'm sure by picture is on his dartboard.
So dispatch has my number for after hours calls. And also if you leave a message, whether it's to my extension or the utility extension, it comes directly to my phone.
Does it? Right, would you see, we don't know, but
But there's no way to know that.
there's absolutely no way to know. It's really unique, probably for me. But, we got it all taken care of, thank you. But I'm wondering if there aren't the same type of meter in other houses of my age within the town. Well, I thought, well, maybe you might want to do that. Because what failed on this is the fact that they put cast iron as the base for it, with breakaway tabs and the tabs complete. And it was sprayed. Huge amount of water, no, but thank goodness I had a cutoff. I took the house off. And then the fun began. And here came Jason, give him a race. That guy came in and a smile on his face. I like Jason.
He was probably smiling because he knew it was your house.
We went out, he and I, just as a prelim, because I had a gate valve and I had shut the house off. We're gonna get the shut off on the street. No idea. That is at all. The Lost Graves put that in. Remember the Lost?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he put that in. I don't know where he put it. Not actually relevant to what I had, because the Lost put a real nice gate valve on the old that. And like I said, Jason was great. He has my praise. He did a nice job, good attitude, and he was prompt. He was there within,
He was there within 10 or 15
10 or
minutes.
15 minutes. I got to look at it. Great.
But again, we can't be the only ones who would have an emergency like that. So we're just bringing it to your attention so that you can make it a little clearer on your phone messages.
Some kind of information is that say you dial this number, he's gonna get help.
Yeah.
That's all.
That it goes to Aaron's phone, that's great.
Yeah.
How would I know that? Because it just says leave a message. And leave a message tells me Aaron's not gonna be around till Monday. And I'm not doing it without water. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
That was the.
So just a suggestion, we're not beating anybody up, and we are praising Jason. Because it can happen to anybody. So, suggestion. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Did I take longer than him?
Yes.
So that means he only gets.
I don't think that's
Hi, thank you. I represent the Claybrook Edition on the north side of town. And I wanted to or we as
Can
a,
I get your name?
oh, I'm sorry, Chris Snyder. And, us as a neighborhood wanted to, petition the town or see what the process would be for the town to take over the expense of our streetlights.
What's the history, like, why, who paid for, I don't understand, I know we talked.
The developer initially was paying for it, and then as the neighborhood filled and the developer has now left the responsibility to the HOAs to take care of it. And, it came down to, well, these are streetlights that, you know, I don't know, you know, what is the process, one, to get to town to pay for the streetlights, or is there one? And what is the defining, you know, why does this neighborhood get paid for, but this one don't? It's,
We don't.
we're kind of at a loss of, we're new to this.
Yeah, it's hard.
Roanoke Village is also talking about doing streetlights, and Roanoke Village Association is paying for that. But there's gonna be other ones grandfathered in, I can tell you Roanoke Village is going to the town asking for those as well. Right now,
What kind of, what are we talking
It's about $1,500 a year.
I guess it's something we have to research. We don't normally do that. The town doesn't normally do that, so.
we don't, but it was an agreement when Cardinal Creek,
Pay for the electricity.
maintenance.
What was that?
That's what you're talking about, is the electricity itself, right?
Yes.
Not me.
Correct.
Yeah, there was an agreement when the payroll division and then paid for the electricity. but not-
You mean Cardinal Creek.
Sorry, Cardinal.
So the town pays for the electricity for Cardinal Creek. Is that what you're saying? But we don't pay for it.
How many other subdivisions are under paid for that?
I don't know that.
Can you give us till the next meeting to look into that?
Sure, sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
For future development, that's something that should be ironed out too.
Yes.
Sorry. hold on. Okay. Any other citizen comments or questions?
Fun next,
Sure.
if nobody else. So quick review, Rolling in Roanoke was a good success. Even though we had to use the rain date with the weather, we had about just under, we figured about 450 to 480 cars, with including the park. And probably about 4,000 people in attendance, maybe a little bit more, it's harder to tell, but we had a good turnout, good downtown, great weather. What I'd like to talk about real quick today is tabling the idea. I'd like to get the approval, I should say, more or less, of changing the date of Rolling in Roanoke to September 12th instead of July, the last Saturday of July. A lot of reasons is that we are exhausted when it comes to the heat, the weather, and the rain that we're dealing with in our time management, getting everything put together in a month of 7 months versus if we were to September, they give us 8 months. Plus the soccer league is growing down the park to the point where they're actually using the park in July, where they never had before. So we're actually compromising their fields and things of that nature for public park. So the 12th is the weekend after Fall Festival, and if we need a rain date, it would be the 19th. And we like to keep that as a consistent going forward. It doesn't interfere with any other major car shows in the region, in our area. So it's a good win-win. And, I'd like to get that approval as soon as possible so we can announce the date change and moving forward.
Jim, any, issues from a standpoint of having back-to-back, big events, weekend after weekend?
No, usually the fall festival, what we consider the, Grant, I consider the season, the fall festival is the end of the season. Then the only thing we have is Renaissance. So the fall festival, the car show, the rest. That's pretty well, everything's pretty well done.
But back-to-back weekends on your resources would not be an issue.
From a park standpoint, is they doing the rodeo or the fall festival on that Sunday afterwards?
As far as we know, yes, so
Well, this year they have it planned, but we don't know about next year. I don't see any problem with it.
and I think the way we handled it last year, we gave a tentative agreement, right? And then
Right.
we make it official after.
Right.
But
I can move with marketing.
Mhm.
Okay, appreciate that. And then still like to keep the exclusive car show to us. So if somebody wanted to come in and take the July date.
Well, I'm not gonna agree to the exclusive.
Okay.
That's revenue to businesses and stuff in the town that we're taking away. I'm not saying, we never had anyone come up to us and ask us to do another car show. But, I just,
The amount of time and energy that we put into this one is why I asked that. And the amount of return that we give back to the town is also why
no,
I asked for
I
that.
understand. It's just, I don't,
I don't want to leave a vacuum for somebody else out of town, somebody sees an opportunity to try to take, some of the mojo and some of the energy out of what we put in. At least have a conversation with me about it. if
we
it
can
comes
have
up.
a conversation, but what as of right now. I'm not-
So that Jeep, for example, the Jeep deal that came in was a disaster. Those are things that I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to protect you also as well as us.
Right, but not every single group's gonna be like that. So that's just my
To be-
personal opinion.
to be- Determined.
I mean, that would be like, I don't know, I can't think of anything there too right now, but.
Well, those applications are always on a case-by-case situation.
Exactly.
It's fine.
And they require approval.
But that's why I said, as long as it's kind of a conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't see like there's any, changes in the opportunity and the energy that you put in.
Oh, absolutely. We certainly appreciate all you do.
Right.
Yeah, I want to recognize.
Yeah.
It's an awesome
That's the main
event.
thing.
It's an awesome event. We get a
To
lot
win
of
that for both
compliments.
of us, that's what I'm always focusing on. So the 12th would be the date for next year, 2026, and 19th would be the rain date. And it's the same footprint, same pavilion, the park, the soccer field, the downtown should be an exact replica, just different day.
Once again, come January, get that application.
Yeah. We'll see if that's
Right.
officially done in January, but. Okay, thank you so much.
Any other, citizens' comments, questions? All right, thank you. Park Department.
Good evening, hopefully this time you should have in front of you, just books for lighting for the, tennis courts, basketball courts, and the baseball fields. So just wanted to see what your opinion was and, have you review those and hopefully make a decision tonight as to what, you would like to do with.
Do you want to review those and give us your recommendation?
The one they're both reputable companies within, Huntington County. The first quote that you had, is the one I would recommend from Race County Electric.
Total $72,600.
Correct.
And those are, the staff is what it's like, pretty much, fully, and
Pretty much, yes.
And what would that be for board to deal with drainage as priority?
That would have to be addressed next year.
How much would be left in the budget?
There would not be anything left in the budget.
The other quotes came in, Young Electric was 91,883, and PBM Electric was 138,320. So the range line.
And from our budget. Okay, on that.
Yes, that would be their project. They have 75. Yeah, range line 72.6.
And that covers more than we discussed last time, so it's a little bit more comprehensive.
Yes.
Can I have a motion?
I will make that motion to go with range line for 72,600.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
And then just a couple other things. Since I've been in the park board for a little over 5 years now, the 5-year plan has been completed. So the first year was to get new pavilions, we got that. The second year, we tried for the playground equipment, that pushed back a little bit, so we redo the tennis courts. And the third year was the playground equipment. And then the final one for this one is the replace all the electrical and the lighting down at the park. So with that, September the 9th will be the next park board meeting. And during that time, we will discuss the next 5-year project for the park. So pretty much everything went as according to plan, except for obviously got pushed back because of COVID. But for the most part, we got pretty close to that 5-year goal. So just want to let council know that.
Also, I include the state aid, donate, scoreboards, definitely, they got brand new scoreboards, basically wireless, so it's kind of nice. So,
Nice.
when is your next meeting, the night? What time and where?
Six or 6:30. Okay. Remember 6 or 6.
Which is fun.
I know. Keep going to the break. But other than that, I have nothing to let you know, something for me.
Thank
All right, thank you.
you. Police Department.
First one I'm gonna bring up is, there's a piece of property on Elm Street, it's in foreclosure. The individual walked away from the house, the grass is getting long, so we're trying to get that battled out. We've had complaints on it, the neighbor has mowed it a couple times. But I'm just uncomfortable right now having our person go over and mow it. We get tagged for it. Letters have been sent. We're just waiting on responses. And with the drought or whatever you want to call it, we've got some weeds that are over the 8-inch tall, but the whole yard is completely overgrown. But in case you guys get phone calls on that.
What's that?
It's on Smith Street, or excuse me, Allen Street. Our computers are in, they're getting programmed right now. So I'll let you know when we get them all done, but they're programming them. The other thing is I gave you all a letter tonight. I plan on retiring no later than 15 May. 15? Yes. My anniversary, wedding anniversary is the 16th, so my wife said that'll be good.
That's nice. Are you going to buy her anything else?
She gets me.
Yeah.
Son tells me she don't want more.
And the last thing on this, and I know it's just my recommendation will go as far as probably the room. Grant doesn't earn, or he doesn't deserve to be the next coach. In my eyes, he's earned.
I agree with that.
So I'm throwing that out there. He's earned it. He doesn't deserve it. He's earned it. So that's all I gotta say.
Thanks. Thank you. All right. Aaron, Superintendent of Operations.
One thing to your consideration tonight, the company that I have in here, looking for a water power maintenance program, was able to break some things down a la carte. I'd like to get the, outside of the water tower, power wash and clean. I give you guys all a picture of what it looks like. And that quote was for $7,560. You're the only company I could think that do some things off out of for me. Everybody else kind of wanted a whole package deal.
It's within your budget.
All right, I'll make a motion that we move forward with the contract with McGuire for the exterior pressure wash.
I'll second.
In the amount of $7,560.
Also Lockmuir, they're not here tonight.
Wait, we haven't finished that.
Oh,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Lockmuir couldn't make it tonight, and they didn't have quite 30% plans done yet. They were still working on some vendors to get back with them. Supposed to have a meeting with them Thursday morning, see where they're at, and we'll go over everything. Also, I was given the name of a environmental law firm in Indy. To kind of look at what we're doing and see if maybe there's a lawsuit there against the company's insurance. They had sent a letter of engagement, and then they were looking at our files and see if we have anything there that's worth using. And if so, then if we were to move forward, it would be $700 an hour. But this part is free for them to look at it. And looking for your guys' approval, just sign that letter and at least get them to look at what we have.
And that's not a commitment to proceed beyond, it's just to do the initial.
Yes, we had Mike, Sarah had Mike look at the letter, the agreement, so.
Hours, really.
Yeah.
But this is.
But if it-
the town.
But if it gets us some money in the long run, and it saves us, it saves the residents.
And then he's asking just because we don't know. Is there anything statute of limitations in it?
I don't know, that's.
That's what they're talking. And this is what he specializes in specifically.
Yeah, that's what terms. Isn't that?
I'll make a motion to move forward with that.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Anything else, unless you have questions?
Any updates on the street project?
They got all the surveying done. We're going through the design phase now, so. We're meeting within the next week.
So any estimate on the timeline? Okay.
Councilwoman Tanisha Weigel. Councilwoman Terry Hutchinson.
Just one thing, just so the public knows, Celia is taking care of some health issues in the next month or two. And so the library definitely will be closed on September 11th and possibly for more days. She has her coverage for the month of August, but September, her assistant is in Greece. So there may, just so you're all aware, there may be some days that the library is closed. But September 11th.
Councilman Brian Humphrey.
I just have a comment on, I think rolling into Roanoke was kind of our first test of the door in a full scale.
I didn't know that, but that's cool.
Well, I mean, it's been in effect, but this is the first thing that I saw a lot of use of the electric flow unit. And from what I saw, it ran flawlessly. I don't know, Jim can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it ran great.
We didn't hear it, didn't see any issues at all here.
So I was real happy.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Vice President Chair. I have nothing. Clerk Treasurer Sarah Milton.
Resolution 2025-03, appropriation reduction. I put that in front of you guys, those are the amounts that we won't be using this year, next year. We will use those.
So that money. Goes,
Can't use for next year.
yeah. I'll make that motion to that resolution 2025-03.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor say aye. All opposed?
Public hearing for the budget will be September 2nd. And the adoption hearing will be October 7th. So I have to have at least 3 of you here, so if there's any one of you that is not here for either of those dates, let me know as soon as possible. And then the last thing I have is, we had a special application that was submitted. And I just wanted to let you know that it has decided not to move forward with that. I just want to make sure that we got that. And that's all I have.
Any business? Presentation of bills and utility investments. I will make a motion to pay the bills as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. And I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. That's it.